Since ancient times, certain numbers have taken on special meanings, but none is as feared and surrounded by mystery as 666. Just hearing this number gives many people chills because it's linked to terrifying prophecies, dark pacts, and forces beyond human understanding. But why exactly is this number so scary? What's really behind it? The truth is, the fear of 666 didn't appear out of nowhere. It is mentioned in the Bible, in the book of Revelation, connected to a mysterious figure known as the Beast. It is said that this beast will take control of the world and mark those who follow it. But is this idea really accurate? What if the true meaning of 666 is something completely different? Something that has been hidden so no one would discover it? Before we go on, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because in the next videos, we'll dive even deeper into mysteries you won't want to miss. To understand it better, we need to go back in time and uncover where this number came from and what it meant to people back then. And that's when things get even more intriguing. The book of Revelation was written by the Apostle John while he was imprisoned on an island called Patmos. There, he had visions about the future of humanity. In one of these visions, a number appeared, 666. But what most people don't know is that this number might not mean what we've always been told. Back in John's time, numbers weren't just for counting. They had hidden meanings. In Greek, the language used in Revelation, each letter had a numerical value. That means 666 could be a code, a hidden name, something that the first Christians understood but has been lost over time. But whose name could this mysterious number represent? Some scholars believe John was referring to Nero, the Roman emperor who persecuted many Christians. When his name is written in Hebrew and converted into numbers, it adds up to exactly 6666. But is that the only explanation? Other experts believe this number conceals something much bigger, with an influence that has stretched across centuries, even to this day. If 666 is a code, could it have been altered over time to hide its true message? And what if it's still being used today in ways no one notices? This question leads us to an even greater mystery. If the number 666 has a secret meaning, then the big question is, who or what does this terrifying figure from Revelation really represent? For centuries, many have tried to answer this question. But what if the truth is completely different from what we imagine? The Bible says the beast will take control of the world, deceive many people, and mark those who stand by its side. But is this beast an actual leader? Or could it be a metaphor for something much bigger? Something that has always existed and continues to influence the world, changing its form over time. There's an important detail. In Revelation, John says, "Let the one who has understanding calculate the number of the beast." This means the answer isn't obvious but must be discovered by those who know where to look. Some believe the beast isn't a single person, but rather a system that has always existed, manipulating historical events, controlling governments and societies without anyone realizing it. If that's true, where can we see its influence today? Could 666 be present in places we never even imagined? The answer might be hidden in the mathematics behind this number and how it appears in different parts of the world. What makes 666 such an intriguing number? Beyond its religious significance, there's something special about its mathematics. The sum of the first 36 numbers equals exactly 666. This number also appears in some ancient structures and secret studies. But here's something even more curious. Several world-famous companies, controlling the economy and technology, use the number 666 in hidden ways within their logos and structures. Is this just a coincidence, or is there something more behind it? Another interesting detail is that many ancient cultures believed numbers had energy and could influence the world. Could 6666 hold a special and forbidden power, one that has been hidden from ordinary people? If this number truly holds such an important secret, why has its real history been distorted over the centuries? Who would have an interest in hiding its true meaning? This takes us into a possible conspiracy that may be shaping the world without most people realizing it. So, had you heard about these facts before? Let me know in the comments. We need to talk. For millennia, the number 666 has been a symbol of mystery and fear. But what many don't realize is that some of the most powerful historical figures have, in some way, been linked to this number. Some argue that these connections are nothing more than coincidences, while others see a disturbing pattern of conspiracy. A clear example is the Roman Emperor Nero, whose brutal persecution of Christians made him a hated figure, often associated with the Antichrist. Through gematria, the ancient numerical code, the number 666 can even correspond to the name Nero Caesar. But does the Roman Empire truly bear the signs of an apocalyptic future? Or are we merely connecting dots that were never meant to align? As time goes on, the connection between historical figures and the number 666 becomes even more intriguing. What if this number is not just a relic of the past, but a warning for the future? What happens when, throughout different eras, political leaders and dictators exhibit characteristics that remind us of the enigma of the beast? And what if 66666 is more than just a code? What if it is a key to understanding the hidden forces that shape history and the fate of humanity? Perhaps the real conspiracy runs deeper than we imagine. And this journey of revelations will lead us down a path that few have dared to follow. But what does 666 really mean? Is it a satanic symbol, as many believe, or simply a misinterpretation of ancient texts? The Bible explicitly associates 6666 with the mark of the beast. But what exactly is this beast? For centuries, scholars and theologians have debated the true meaning of the number. Some suggest that it represents imperfection, incompleteness, a mark that is merely a distorted reflection of divine perfection. Others see it as an imminent threat, one that could take on more insidious forms, such as systems of control and social manipulation. The history of secret societies is also deeply intertwined with this symbolism, where the number 6666 often appears in mysterious and revealing ways. Upon closer examination, we see that this number is not only present in religious texts, but also in art, architecture, and even pop culture. Are we all being conditioned to see it the wrong way? Or is there a greater enigma waiting to be uncovered? Perhaps by looking more closely, we will discover that the true nature of 666 is not in what is shown to us, but in what is hidden. In the shadows surrounding us and in the structures that attempt to control our perception of reality. As the world modernizes, the number 666 begins to appear in subtle and insidious ways, not only in religious texts, but also in contemporary events involving global politics and economics. Some believe that modern leaders, powerful financial, moguls, and even international organizations are, in some way, following a path laid out by this number. Connections to 666 can be found in corporate symbols, the phone numbers of giant companies, and even in financial practices that seem to exert total control over society. As technology advances, many are beginning to wonder if we are closer than ever to fulfilling ancient prophecies about the mark of the beast. The rise of digital payment systems, the introduction of microchips implanted in our bodies, and the increasing control over our daily lives through internet-connected devices all lead us to ask, are we unknowingly being prepared to receive this mark? The transition to a fully digital society, where every movement, every choice is monitored and recorded, could be the materialization of the apocalyptic visions described in Scripture. The concept of absolute control over the population, where no one can buy or sell without a mark, is starting to seem less like an allegory and more like an eerily accurate prediction of an increasingly probable future. But is this technological progress a tool for human evolution, or a trap disguised as convenience? The digital age may not only serve a practical function, but also play a darker role, binding humanity to an impenetrable web of control, one that, once in place, may be impossible to escape. The real question haunting us is, are we, without realizing it, allowing the seeds of the apocalypse to take root before our very eyes? Let's keep going. But first, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. If you're enjoying this content, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. The connection between 666 and secret societies is more than just a modern myth. Throughout history, various secret organizations have shown a deep fascination with this number, whether as a symbol of hidden power or as a sign of control over the masses. Many believe that groups like the Illuminati, Freemasonry, and other mysterious orders use 666 as a marker of transition between the occult and the visible, symbolizing dominion over the forces that shape humanity's destiny. Within these societies, 666 is often treated as a symbol of forbidden knowledge, a hidden code capable of unlocking powers beyond human comprehension. Some even believe that these organizations are laying the groundwork for a leader, an ominous figure, who will embody the prophecy of the beast. History is filled with signs and symbols that point to 6666. But the real question is, are these secret groups truly worshiping the number as a deity? Or is there an even darker agenda at play? Perhaps by understanding their beliefs and practices, we can uncover a truth that goes far beyond mere superstition. As we look at the world around us, we are confronted with global crises on multiple fronts. Natural disasters, wars, political instability, and a growing sense of spiritual disconnection. For many, 6666 is not just a symbol of evil, but a harbinger of an imminent end. Sacred texts, particularly the Book of Revelation, speak of an era in which the number 66 will mark the peak of a global system of control, an age that will bring the rule of an entity that dictates the lives of all. Are these signs truly manifesting in our time? The rise of authoritarianism across different parts of the world, the emergence of charismatic leaders, and populist movements that promise to save the masses, yet often drag nations into chaos, make us question whether we are living in the final days. The apocalypse is not merely a global catastrophe, but a spiritual and social transition. What then does 6666 mean in this context? Could it be the symbol of a system on the verge of dominating every aspect of human life? And if we are already witnessing the first signs of this transformation, how would that change our perception of the future of humanity? What are we told about 666, and what is hidden from us? Secret documents and lost archives may hold truths that, if revealed, could dismantle the power structures that govern the world. Many scholars who have attempted to investigate the deeper symbolism of 6666 have been silenced or ridiculed. Perhaps the truth about the beast and its mark is something few are willing to accept, or worse, something the elites fear might come to light. If 666 is indeed a key to understanding a hidden power, who would truly benefit from its suppression? As the mystery deepens, the pieces of the puzzle begin to fall into place. 666 is not merely a symbol lost in history, but a code that has, for centuries, guided us toward an ultimate revelation. What once seemed like mere coincidences now begin to make sense, and ancient prophecies may be closer to reality than we ever imagined. Perhaps what we are witnessing today, with the advancement of technology, the rise of new leaders, and the implementation of global control systems, is the fulfillment of a prophecy that has been foretold for millennia. 666 is not just a mark, but a sign that we are at a crossroads, a point of cosmic transformation that could define the future of humanity. We are on the verge of entering a new era, one where total control will be exercised by those who understand the true meaning of this mark. The question remains, are we being led into a dark future, or do we still have the power to choose our destiny? The apocalypse is not just an end, but the beginning of something far greater, something that may already be unfolding, waiting for the right moment to be revealed. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss more amazing content like this.